Welcome back to my channel. If you've been following Canada's immigration updates, you know that big things are always happening. But this time, the news is even more significant. Canada's immigration plan for 2026 is already making headlines, and if you're an international student or a temporary resident, this could completely change your future in Canada. So stay tuned because I'll break down everything you need to know about what's changing, what's staying, and how you can prepare right now to make the most of these new opportunities. Let's start with the big picture. Every year, the Canadian government releases its immigration levels plan, showing how many immigrants it plans to welcome. But 2026 is shaping up to be a year of real transformation. After the challenges of the last few years, Canada is now focusing on smarter immigration, not just higher numbers, but a better balance between economic growth, labor needs, and sustainability. The 2026 plan signals a shift in how Canada will handle international students and temporary residents. If you're studying, working, or planning to apply for permanent residency, these changes are directly about you. The government has noticed that the number of temporary residents has skyrocketed. While that's great for diversity, it's also led to housing shortages and pressure on healthcare. So the focus for 2026 is to manage this growth more carefully, while still keeping doors open for genuine talent. Now, here's the key change. Canada plans to moderate the number of temporary residents it accepts each year. That doesn't mean shutting the door. It means being more selective. For international students, study permits will be issued more strategically. Institutions with strong reputations and real support for students will get priority. Meanwhile, colleges with limited support or poor records might see a reduction in approvals. The advice is simple. Choose your institution wisely. Public universities and recognized colleges with strong local partnerships will be your safest bet for 2026 and beyond. Let's talk about the post-graduation work permit, or P. In 2026, the government is reviewing how PGWP eligibility works. The focus will shift toward aligning study programs with real labor market needs. That means students in in-demand fields like healthcare, IT, engineering, and skilled trades will have a smoother path to a PGWP and permanent residency. On the other hand, programs with little connection to Canada's job market might face tighter restrictions. Canada doesn't just want more people. It wants the right people in the right roles at the right time. Now, you might be wondering, what about permanent residency? Here's where things get interesting. Canada will still welcome around 500,000 new permanent residents per year, but the composition is changing. More spots will go to those with Canadian experience, especially graduates who've studied and worked here. The express entry system will continue to evolve, with more category-based draws for people in high-demand industries. We've already seen a focus on healthcare workers, tech professionals, and skilled tradespeople, and that will likely become even sharper in 2026. Now let's turn to temporary workers. Many international graduates rely on the Temporary Foreign Worker Program to gain experience. Under the new plan, Canada will continue to support essential sectors like agriculture, construction, and healthcare. However, employers will face stricter rules to prove that hiring a foreign worker is necessary. This is meant to protect workers and ensure they are treated fairly and paid properly, while also giving them a clear pathway to build long-term stability if they wish to stay. Let's talk about housing, one of the biggest pressures behind these changes. Canada has a serious housing shortage. The 2026 plan recognizes that sustainable immigration must go hand in hand with housing and infrastructure. That's why the government is working to distribute newcomers more evenly across the country. If you're open to studying or working in smaller provinces like Nova Scotia, Manitoba, or Saskatchewan, you may find better opportunities, lower competition, and even faster PR routes under provincial nomination programs. And speaking of provinces, the 2026 plan gives more flexibility to provincial nominee programs, or PNPs. Provinces can now target specific categories of temporary residents, like former students or skilled workers already in their region. So, if you're studying in a province and contributing to its economy, that province might make it easier for you to become a permanent resident. It's a win-win situation. Another important aspect is better data tracking and accountability. The focus will be on making sure temporary residents are not stuck in limbo, with shorter processing times and clearer communication. For international students, digital application portals are expected to get smarter, with faster updates and fewer delays. We might even see universities playing a bigger role in ensuring students have access to housing, mental health support, and career counseling. Now, let's take a moment to talk about why these changes matter. The number of temporary residents has reached nearly 1 million in recent years, and that rapid growth has made it hard for the country to manage resources. The 2026 plan is designed to bring balance, creating a more sustainable and fair system for everyone. Canada's population is aging, and the labor market needs young, skilled people. So even though the rules are getting tighter, the overall vision is still about creating meaningful opportunities for those who want to contribute. If you're planning to apply for a study permit in 2025 or 2026, here are a few smart steps. First, do your research and apply early. Second, choose a program that matches in-demand fields. Not only does it make your PGWP more secure, but it also increases your chances for PR later. Third, maintain a clean record. And finally, stay updated on policy shifts. Let's discuss something that often gets overlooked: community integration. The new plan highlights helping newcomers adapt smoothly. Expect more community programs and mentorship initiatives. Actively participating in these can build your experience and improve your PR prospects. For those already in Canada, this is a great time to start preparing your long-term plan. Start collecting your documents early, because IRCC will likely tighten verification processes in 2026. Having everything ready will make your journey much smoother. It is also worth mentioning that the government is exploring new pilot programs for rural and regional immigration. These are designed to attract newcomers to smaller communities where jobs are available and housing is more affordable. For international students in smaller cities, this could be a golden opportunity to secure permanent residency faster. Now, a big question: will tuition and living costs go down? Unfortunately, immigration policy doesn't directly control that. However, the federal government is pressuring schools to provide clearer cost of living estimates, so you'll have a more honest picture of what life as a student will really cost. Another positive sign is the plan to strengthen cooperation with employers, meaning more internships and co-op opportunities for students. This gives you real Canadian experience, which is key for permanent residency. So what does all this mean for you? It means the path to Canada is still open, but you'll need to be strategic and prepared. The days of coming without a plan are ending. In 2026, success will belong to those who plan ahead. If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, don't worry. Change always brings opportunity. The 2026 immigration plan is a sign that Canada still values newcomers. It's just fine-tuning the process to make it more sustainable for everyone. As we wrap up, here's the takeaway. If you're an international student, pick programs aligned with Canada's labor needs. If you're a temporary worker, keep your documentation strong and explore provincial programs. And if you're planning your first move, start learning about regional opportunities. The dream of building a life in Canada is still very much alive. It's just evolving. And if you adapt with it, you'll have every chance to succeed. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with friends, and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest immigration news. Your support helps this channel grow. Until next time, stay informed, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video.